are y'all doing on this wonderful Wednesday, my good people? Let me start off by saying I really and truly must love y'all because this is like my third time recording this podcast, and like it's late at night. Like just point blank period. It is really and truly late at night. This is my third time recording it. Like stuff has just been happening and all that other kind of great stuff. But I'm here, I'm recording because I'm just trying to make sure I get what it needs to be given out to the people and stuff like that. So thank y'all so much. I want to say I really and truly am operating from a spirit of gratitude this week. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming and listening to my podcast and just listening to little old me. Like, yo, I am grateful. I really am, coming from like where I was extremely shy as a child and sometimes thinking like, yo, why people want to listen to me? So having those negative thoughts about what I present and stuff like that. So, those are battles that everybody battle. You battle that and I also battle that. But I just tend to keep on pushing even in the midst of it. Like I pay in mind, but then it's just like, okay, after a certain time, I'm just like over it. Okay, y'all. So thank y'all so much. And y'all listen to my stories when I feel like that I be rambling. Oh my God. Like, yo, like right now, I'm rambling already. It's 2 minutes in and I haven't even said much or nothing. So nonetheless, thank y'all so much. I really and truly appreciate it. For those of you who are new to the podcast, welcome to Southern Therapy Podcast. I am your host. I am Danielle Bailey. Okay, and I come on here and I come on weekly and I talk about God, I talk about finances, I talk about what's going on in the world today and things of that nature. And if you are here, I know some of you guys may have come because I am doing a 3-part series on finances and I'm so excited about that. And I also not only just talk about those things, I talk about my personal life, like what's going on, like give a voice to the voiceless. So that's who I am. I am your friend. I am your cousin. I am your daughter. I am your sister, aunt, whomever. Okay, I'm your encourager. I'm your motivator. I'm your pusher. Whatever it is, I'm your dealer. I'm your hope dealer. Whatever it is that you need. So that's kind of what I do. So, in this week's episode, I know that last time I stopped last week's podcast and I was just like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about budgeting next week unless the Lord tells me something else. And the Lord told me something else, okay? But before I jump into that, I want to say this. I want to say RIP to Miss Minnie. I'm not sure if any of you guys watch it, but Little Women of Atlanta, one of their stars, Miss Minnie, she was like, yo, I like Miss Minnie, at one point in time, because I've been watching them. I watched them, Little People of Atlanta. I watched them for a good amount of seasons, and one season I was like, Minnie, like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that, whatever. But for the most part, like, I really and truly like loved Miss Minnie. And so it has been unfortunate that she passed away last night from a hit and run car accident, and it must have been bad for her to really and truly pass away from it. And my heart goes out to her. I want to send condolences to her mom. Like, that's the first person, when I found out that she had passed away, that's the first person, like, other than my heart dropping, my mind went straight to her mom. Like, if any of you guys really and truly watch Little Women, like, y'all will know that Miss Minnie mom, her mom would appear on the show, and y'all would know that Minnie was an only child, and like her mom was her best friend, so they was like super duper close. And for her to lose her child, her only person, like, like, I'm not sure if she got anybody else who she's connected to, but it's like a mother and a daughter relationship, like when that's all you have, like you don't have any other brothers or sisters, like, or she, like, her mom doesn't have sons or other daughters, and her mom was single. So like when you only have your child, like your child, that's it. Like my mom, like me and my mom, we're close. Like it's me, my mom, and my brother, like the three amigos. Like, we called ourselves that all the time, the three amigos. And so, like, we have a really special relationship, a special bond or whatever. And so for her, I just, my heart just went out to her mom. When I found out or whatever, I really immediately got sad. And it's just like just to hear, like, this girl was only 34. Like, I'm 34, about to be 35 this year. And she lost her life. Like, y'all, so many people are dying right now. Like, I was upstairs and I was just like, so many people are dying right now. It's almost like a Twilight Zone. Like, who's next? Like, it ain't no if it's going to happen. It's just like, who's next? And it's like, you don't want to be. It's, yeah, I almost feel like the world really and truly is coming to an end. Like, I'm not lying. So many people are dying, and it's just like, yeah, yo, seriously. Like, so my prayers are just out with people. Like, God, you really and truly on your way back, huh? You take, like, yo, people, y'all, I don't even know what to think or even what to say. So I just want to shout out to Miss Minnie. May she rest in paradise. She has gained her wings. So I want to shout out to Miss Mandy. I also want to shout out to her mom. Also the castmates of Little Women of Atlanta. Like, I know that they are just hurt. I know that, like, that's like their co-worker. That's their friend. Like, my heart goes out to them. Like, she was super close to the twins. And, like, like, I couldn't even, first of all, if I stopped watching Little Women of Atlanta. I just Little People of Atlanta, or Little Women, I think it's Little Women of Atlanta. Like, I had been stopped watching it because I really just don't watch TV much anyway. I could not watch the new season coming up. Like, I could not, because I'm pretty sure they probably have been filming and all of that. Like, I could not watch the new season coming up and not seeing her on there, or either seeing them do a tribute to her. I couldn't. Like, I couldn't. So, like, I don't watch the show, but if I did, I wouldn't. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm all the way on the tangent. Okay, so getting back to what we're going to talk about. Shout out. I just want to say my condolences to Miss Minnie. Y'all, keep her family, keep her mom in your prayers. I know y'all may not know her, but please still send up one for Miss Minnie's mom. God will know who you are talking about. Okay? He will know. So, nonetheless, y'all, today's episode is going to be titled Toolbox Blessings. Okay, I know y'all like Danielle. Like, last week I told y'all that I was going to do the budget, but God was like, no, I want you to talk about this. Like, y'all, this came to me Friday night. Like, Friday night, I didn't get really any sleep Friday night. For whatever reason, I just could not sleep. And then God started depositing stuff into me, and he just started talking to me about some of the things that he wanted me to work on. And so this was it. This was one of the ones. And so he was like, I don't want you to talk about budgeting. I want you to talk about toolbox. A toolbox blessing. And so so y'all know that for those of you who do not know, the brand is called Currently Building Generational Wealth. Currently building generational wealth. Currently means that I'm in the moment. The things that I'm doing right now is what's going to help produce the generational wealth. So currently building, and what do you do when you build? You use tools and stuff like that to build something with. Okay, that means you actively put force behind a tool. So currently building the tools that I'm using, right now, to build generational wealth. My job, my private practice, my YouTube channel, this podcast right here, like all of this kind of stuff, like my budget planners, like all of these, it's building, These are different types of tools that I can use, but a financial toolbox is what I want us to talk about today. What is a toolbox, my people? Okay, let's see. No, before I go back to a toolbox, what is a tool? And it's an object that we use to build something with. So we got hammers, we got screwdrivers, we got all of this other kind of stuff. And so, a lot of times when we think about building something, we think about a carpenter building. Come on, Jesus, being a carpenter. We think about a carpenter building a house. So when you think about, and so what do people use? They use tools. Okay, so what is a tool? It's an object that we use to build something with. Follow me with this oh God, analogy. Follow me, y'all. Follow me. It's gonna be good. So, what is a toolbox? A box or a container for keeping tools in. That's what a toolbox is. They keep our tools, right? That's what they keep it. The toolbox keep the tools in. My daddy is a mechanic, so he has this big old red toolbox that my brother will probably inherit when he passed away. And I pray my brother don't lose my dad tools. But these tools, like he got this big red shiny toolbox, and my dad has had that for years because I can remember this toolbox when I was a little child. Like he has our elementary pictures in this toolbox. But this toolbox is like, that's where my dad keeps all of his tools. And some of these tools are really and truly like expensive tools, Some of them are really expensive. So you put your expensive tools in a toolbox, but you keep everything together. You keep all your tools in one place. And so when you use these tools and stuff like that to fix on things, right? And so, like I said, my dad has our pictures, like me and my brother picture in there, because it's just me and my brother. And so like that means that we mean value to him. So when you put tools in a toolbox, that means that there's some kind of value that you want to keep up with, right? So me and my brother in there, that means that we're valuable to him. And so, God was just like, I want you to talk about what's in your financial toolbox. And I was just like, okay, I like that. I like this, because we need to make sure that we have that everybody is equipped. That's what he was like. Make sure that my people is equipped to be successful with budgeting. He was like, so making sure that they have a toolbox. I say, come on, Jesus, come on. Y'all, when Jesus, like, first of all, I'm telling y'all how this is Jesus. Because first of all, I could not put all of this together. Not on my own. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pastor. So I'm none of that. So putting all this together, it just has to be God. So he was just like, I want you to make sure that my people has a financial toolbox so that they can be successful. Because people, when we don't have the things that we need, like we give up. Like, oh, we'll be like, oh, this not meant for me. Oh, this not, I know I couldn't do it and all this other kind of stuff because I don't have X, Y, and Z. And so we give up. So God is just like, make sure that they have this financial toolbox. So that way when they, they sit down, they are ready to budget. They are ready to go. And so we're going to talk about the financial toolbox and what you need in it to be successful. Remember, you guys, I am about 3 things when it comes to me teaching you about finances. I am about teaching finances from a therapeutic standpoint. That means that I will give you some coping skills as a therapist. I will, give you coping skills as a therapist. I will include finances, and I also will include God. These are the 3 things that you need in order to be successful if you are listening to my podcast and if you are following me, because these are the 3 things that I have needed in order for me to be successful. So stick with me and understand that we're going to need all 3 of them in order for you to be successful. Okay. So we're going to need God, we're going to need finances, having that understanding of finances. And we're also going to need new coping skills. Okay. So those 3 things really and truly are going to be in the box. So I want to say this. I'm going to talk about the things that I give you are going to be a starting foundation. The things that I talk about today. Now you can go and get whatever you want, and whatever you want to put in there, you can go and get it. Once you talk to the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit lead and guide you and he give you the strategy. I'm just giving you a foundation so that you can start. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving you a foundation. God is like, get on people a foundation. We building. And sometime our and not sometime, but our foundation needs to be strong. Okay, so I'm giving you a foundation on what you need to be put in a toolbox. And I also will say this: I will be putting these toolboxes on my website. Currently building generationalwealth.com will have these toolboxes on the website. So that way, if you cannot go and get the stuff that I talk about, or you just don't want to pick it up because people pay for convenience, I know that. You could just go to the website and I'll ship it. You buy it and I'll ship it. You buy it, I'll ship it to you. And that way, when you get it, like, you are ready to go. And not only will you get this toolbox, but you will get a video on how to use the toolbox, how to really and truly make it to be successful, how to really and truly incorporate God into your finances. Like, you will really and truly get a video of me talking about it and me really and truly like showing you about it. Okay, so when you order these toolboxes, let me, like I said, it's currently building generationalwealth.com. There'll be toolboxes, they'll probably go on sale. They'll go on, I'll put them on sale, but they will not be shipped out, or they're going to be shipped out like a week or so before we end this series. Okay, because I really want to make sure that I end this series and not just put too much on my plate. Okay, so but they will go out. You can pre-order. I'm taking pre-orders for the toolboxes. So, but if you don't want to pre-order, you want to make it yourself, by all means you can make it yourself. Okay, so we talk about financial toolbox. So here we go. I want to give a quote. Okay, so once you start recognizing the truth of your story, finish the story. It happened, but you're still here. You're still capable, powerful. You're not your circumstances. It happened and you made it through it. You're still fully equipped with every single tool you need to fulfill your purpose. This guy named Steve. I like this quote. I don't know who Steve is, but some guy named Steve. Because it's just telling you, like, yo, we were put in this situation where we did not inherit generational wealth because our parents couldn't do it, couldn't afford it, like we weren't taught. Like, it's our story. Are you okay? It's our story. And we can't help it. But what we can do, we can learn from it, learn how to overcome it, and overcome it, because we're fully equipped. If you are listening to me, you are equipped to conquer your finances because you have access to someone or something that's going to teach you how. When you're taught, this is wisdom. Okay, this is let's go. Oh, come on, Jesus, come on, y'all. I'm telling y'all, Jesus, there be a Holy Spirit. So knowledge is me educating you. Wisdom is applied knowledge. So me educating you on how to do a budget. Wisdom is you taking what I said and doing your budget. That is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is a applied knowledge. It is a action, really. It's a action. It's a doing. Okay? That's what wisdom is. Understand the difference between knowledge and wisdom. A lot of times we get them, and I will say me. A lot of times when I was learning about wisdom and knowledge, I was like, what's the difference? I thought that they were the same. It was educational. I thought both of them was educational, but it's not. Wisdom is applied knowledge. Wisdom takes a doing. It's a action. Danielle taught me about budgeting. Now I am Susie. I am actually doing my own personal budget. That's wisdom. Okay. So, all right. So going into this financial toolbox, what are you going to need? You're like, Danielle, what I need for this toolbox, what I need. So for the toolbox, what you're going to need, first up, you're going to need a currently building generational wealth budget planner. Hey. Go planner. But if you don't have a currently building generational wealth budget planner, a planner or a notebook, whichever one you want. I started off in the beginning, it was a notebook. I did not have I created a budget planner because I needed something and there was nothing on the market for that. The stuff that I look for, it just did not suit me. And so I had to use a regular notebook. You can use a regular notebook. I am not saying that you can't, but currently building generational wealth planner, it has a whole bunch of stuff in there that'll be able to help you be successful too. So you're going to need a budget planner or a notebook, a cash envelopes. And what I mean about cash envelopes, you guys, you can take like the little regular envelopes and put, like, what we use the cash envelopes for is like when you have sections on your budget, when you got the section for food, when you got the section for household items, when you got the section for gas, like you take money and you put the money in those envelopes. So you need some envelopes and stuff like that. So that way you can write on the outside of the envelope what this money is designated for. So you got food is designated for food, boom, 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 boom. So you need pens and you need pencils, like whichever one you decide. Sometimes I am it all depends on which one I want to use. A lot of times I use pens, but if I know that my budget cannot be concrete because something is coming up, I will write in a pencil, mechanical pencil, not regular pencil. So then you got pens and pencils. And then truthfully, I am a color coded kind of person too. So like sometimes I write, I just like color. Let me just not lie. So I have colorful pens and stuff like that. And honestly, because I like colorful pens, so will the toolbox have colorful pens, because it can when stuff is pretty, it tends to make you want to do it more. That's what I have learned too. When you have written stuff pretty, it makes you want to budget. When it all looks neat and stuff like that, it makes you actually want to write it down. And a lot of times the focus is to really and truly write this stuff down. And then you'll do it, So we got pens and pencils, and then next up we have scriptures. This list does not go in any type of order, you guys, but we have scriptures. We're gonna put the scriptures up, put them where we can see them, where we can read them, put them on. We also gonna need index cards too. So we're going to put the scriptures on the index cards so that we can read them. And not only are we going to have scriptures, you also need positive affirmations. You need something that says abundance. Okay? The Lord shall provide all my needs according to that scripture, but I will live in the overflow. I will have more than enough. I will have an abundance mindset, thinking I shall have more. Whatever it is in abundance, we're going to call it forth, okay? We're going to loose the abundance and finances from heaven. Whatever it is, you need something, a positive affirmation that speaks about you having an abundance, you having an inheritance that you're going to leave for your children. You're going to have this. And the reason why I want you to have this, and I feel so strongly in you having this, is because you're going to be good stewards. And once we become good stewards, and once we see that once God see that he can trust us with the finances, once God see that we have learned how to be content. Last week's message, go back and listen to it if you have not listened to it. Once God see that we learn how to be content in the least, and when we have the most, and when we know that he's the most powerful, and when he see that he can trust us, that we'll do the things that he needs us to do with the finances. When God tells us to move, to go help my people, go do that, go do this, and we just like Johnny on the spot, like, okay, Jesus told me, God told me, go do this and this. He's going to give us more. The Bible speaks of your gift will make room for you. God will give us more. Once our hearts start turning to him with our finances and stuff like that. What we operate from, y'all, we operate from a place of fear. Fear and lack of faith when we do not trust God. Lack of faith is fear and faith. Those two cannot go hand in hand. And I will say today, I operated in a place of fear. I will say that, but I had to overcome and be like, no, sis, we need to do it. I'm trying to, in which I plan on sharing with you guys later as it comes to pass. Like, I'm so excited about this. I pray that it comes to pass, but it was an investment. So I had to make a real live investment into myself. So for those of you that do not know, which a lot of y'all don't know, I have officially turned currently building generational wealth. At first, it was just a brand and it fell under my private practice, Freedom Therapy Center, as a therapist. Okay. So it fell under there. However, just talking to God and just really and truly connecting, and stuff like that with all of the business and the financials and all of this, I've decided to turn currently building generational wealth, not just a brand, but into a business. It is its actual own LLC. So I'm super duper excited. I LLC'd it last week in Louisiana. And so Monday I end up getting a checking account. So that's why I'm really telling y'all about it. Cause I feel like, once you get that checking account, it's real. So it's real. It has its own entity and stuff like that. So like currently building generational wealth, it is a fully operational business now. I just felt the need, like I just really felt the need to separate them, and I couldn't. At first in the beginning I didn't know how to, but as I continue to grow and as God continues to show me, it tells me that. So yeah, currently building generational wealth. Anything that I do with money will fall up under that. So and anything I do with therapy will fall up under that. Like y'all, I have to bring some of this stuff together that I'm doing, and I'm learning. So business sense right here. So currently building generational wealth is officially a business of its own. So yes, how did I get on that? Yeah, my new people, I go on stories. I'm sorry. And I get off track. I go on stories, okay? So my positive affirmations, make sure you have that in there. Also, make sure you have a picture of your family. Like like I said earlier, my dad has a picture of me and my brother in his toolbox. And truthfully, when I was talking to y'all about that, I had just realized that my dad did have a picture of us. So I want you to have a picture of your family, the ones that mean the most to you, so that when it's hard times, you can pull that picture out and you can be like, okay, I'm doing this for, not only am I doing this for myself, but I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this for, if you don't have any kids just yet, I'm doing this for my niece and nephews, stuff like that. I'm doing this so that when I get up in age, like I don't really and truly have to worry about the government and depend upon the government. I can already have X, Y, and Z happening. I'm doing this for my community. I can be a pillar in the community. Like God, when something like this happen, like when a famine happens, I don't necessarily, my people in my community don't necessarily have to depend on the government because I'm there. My business is there. I can sow back into the people's lives. I can sow into the elderly lives. I can make sure that my business has a component to it. Something like this happens, and because God has blessed me with the overflow and he know that he can trust me, I can be like, okay, and take care of my workers and be like, we can't see people right now, but what I want you to do is I want you to go and make groceries for the elderly people and go drop them off. Instead of doing your regular assignment, what we're going to do, we're going to be the hands and the feet of Jesus. And what we're going to do, we're going to go to this store, we're going to make the groceries, we're going to pay for them, and we're going to drop them off at the people's house. Or better yet, we're going to order them online, and when they come, instead of you doing your regular job, but you're still going to get paid, what you're going to do is bag these groceries, because I'm going to have a warehouse, okay? Follow me when I tell you I'm trying to be the pillar in the community. We're going to have a warehouse, and we're going to be able to order thousands of products, of cleaning products, cleaning products and stuff like that, groceries and stuff. And so instead of our people worrying about things, they can be like, oh, freedom gonna come through and they gonna make sure that I have something. I'm trying to be the feet in the hand of God, trying to be an extension. So like, as God, that's what I mean about, like, God wants to you know what I'm saying, bless us with the abundance, because that means that, his people are still being taken care of. We just gotta grow into it. Like, that's a vision. And when I tell y'all, it just came to me, but there really and truly is a vision of mine, is to really and truly be a pillar of the community. Like, yo, I'm not worried about the government taking care of the people in my neighborhood, the older people that go to my church. Can I give them a stipend? Can I give them money monthly to help take care of them? Why can't I do that? Why can't I not do that? Right? Why can't I not do that? I know that that's probably not heard of. It's not, it's rare that you hear somebody say that, but why not? So like, this is the type of stuff, this is the type of thinking, this is the type of dreaming that I want you guys to start doing. And so when you have these index cards, and when I continue to tell you what else you need in your box, like, you can really start writing these things down. This is what I want to happen. And then, I want you to put the dates and stuff like that. And I want you to keep this, because it's going to be in your toolbox. So when God answers those prayers, I want you to go back and read what you wrote. See, what I'm talking about with this toolbox, like I said, it's much more than just budgeting. I am much more than budgeting. I am a person that is trying to get you whole. If I did medical, I would do medical too. But child, y'all know I ain't medical. I'm trying to be the person that helps you get whole, because it's much more. This right here is much more than finance. Finances is a part of this and stuff like that, but it's also us really and truly trying to operate in our full purpose. So child, I done got off. I'm sorry, I'm preaching. I feel like I'm preaching right now. No. Okay, let me get back to the subject, okay? Because I can go off on that. So we got positive affirmation. You need a picture of your family. You need to have your why. You need to have that in the box. What is your why? And you need to have, in the way that I envision this box, is like, it's going to be when you open up the lid, right? I'm going to actually order the boxes too soon. But when you open up the lid, you're going to have a Velcro little thing, that way when you write down your vision, you can attach it, or you can tape it to it. Like, you can tape your family picture, so when you open it, you see your family. When you open it, you see your why. So when we open these boxes, I see my family, I see my why. That's taped in there, and that's ready to go. Okay, so you have your why, and then you have a folder for your bills, and then you have a journal. Like I said, one, to clear your mind, to clear, like, when we sit down and we begin to journal and stuff like that, but we need to have something to clear our mind and things of that nature. So we will do that. Clear our mind, clear our thoughts. We just need to be there one with God, and just get all that negative stuff out, so that we can be welcoming of the Holy Spirit, so that we can hear him good enough. We can hear him clear, not good enough, but we can hear him clear, and we can get an understanding, because the Holy Spirit can talk to us. So yes, we need to have a journal. We need to also have a plain notebook. And the plain notebook is basically because when I write in my budget planner, like, I don't like to get it messy. Okay? And I'm a mess. Sometimes I can be a messy person with my bill, with my budgeting. So sometimes I have like an extra notebook to the side where I actually doodle, like, add stuff and things of that nature. Add and subtracting. So extra notebook. Index cards, for for your scriptures, and also index cards, because I use those when I go to the bank. When I go to the bank and ask for change, I write on the index card. I am that person that when I go to the bank, it's almost like a business going to the bank. You know how you be like, can I get hundreds, can I get 200s, can I get 20 20s, can I get 10 10 10s, can I get five fives and one one. Like, I have the literal amount. I can tell them that I want $700 and four. I want $704. So I'm going to say, can I get two $100 bills, and can I get 15 20s? So 15 20s is $300, y'all. So that's $500, and the rest of it is going to be broken down into the rest of the money. So I am that type of person. So that way I don't worry about when I need to fill my envelopes. When I need to fill my cash envelopes, I have the right amount. Okay? So I break it down. Also, a calculator. I know that a lot of you are like, oh, I use my calculator on my phone. That's good, and that's fine and dandy, but if you're like me, I have mobile banking on my phone. So, like, I have to go open up the app, close the app, open up the app, then close the app to go back to my calculator, because I need just get a simple calculator. Simple calculator will do. And that way you ain't got to go through all that hassle and things of that nature. So I'm going to say this. Have a worship playlist, a fire worship playlist, I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to try to do a worship playlist on Spotify. Is it Spotify or Apple? I'm going to try to do one on there. And I'm going to say this. I want to have a worship playlist, and I also probably have a worldly playlist too. God ain't through with me yet. Don't judge me. Judge your mama. Yeah, I'm gonna have a worldly playlist, and I'm also gonna have a gospel playlist. Tamla Man, God provides. When there was no food to eat. Have some other people on there, and then have bankroll after bankroll, big money. I like it. Bankroll after bankroll by Bootsy. Nipsey Hussle, grinding all my life, hustle and motivate. Also, what is it? Still Nigga, when he talks about financial freedom. Bam, like Jay-Z 444 album. Probably like half of the album, or probably more of the album, when he talks about legacy. When Blue Ivy come on and she say, "What's daddy? What's a will?" Yo, that right there, that gets me in the mood. That keeps me hype. Jay-Z whole 444 album. Let me stop saying 444 album. My God, like, dude dropped so many gems in that album when it comes to finances. So I still jam that to this day, and it's been years since he put the album out. So you're gonna have, child, I done went from a worship playlist to I'm gonna have a worldly playlist. Now prayer. Oh, Jesus, y'all help me. Yo, I'm gonna have a prayer. I'm gonna put a prayer up in there, just to, like, a simple prayer that you can pray, just to really and truly clear your mind and stuff like that. So have a prayer list, highlighters. Also, we can listen to different types of financial podcasts and stuff like that. Be careful with who you consume, okay? I will say that. Make sure if you're going to consume any type of financial podcasts, that they do have a biblical foundation, especially if you're really and truly trying to incorporate God in some kind of way. Making sure they're not just teaching about anything that goes against it. Okay, and then also financial books, have financial books and things of that nature that you can look at, we can read, and things of that nature. So, those are different types of things. Like, in the toolbox that I have, they probably will have, like, financial book suggestions. They will not actually have the actual book. They might have the podcast suggestions too, but they won't have, I can't put a podcast into the book, into the box. But, stuff like that. These are things that you can actually have in your financial toolbox. Like, I feel like that having these things is a great starter way for you to, for you to actually be successful. Okay. And again, listen to these podcasts. Okay. Listen to my podcast from the week before about contentment. Listening to this. But again, if you purchase the toolbox, you will get a how to video. I will record a how to video, and that way you'll be able to look at it and stuff like that. But the financial toolbox, like, they will go on sale. Go to my website, not go to my website, but if you follow me on IG, what IG handle for myself is at the Millennial Money Therapist, and IG for the podcast right now is called at Southern Therapy Podcast. If you go there by Thursday, I'm praying by Thursday you'll see me with a little video, a short video of a mock box. Like, I don't have the boxes in yet. Y'all, I've been trying to go and find a box. Like, I could not, like, y'all, just so much. Whew. It's everything is out. So, like, but you're gonna see me have like a little mock up box of other things that I want to have in a financial toolbox. So toolbox blessings and stuff like that. So you'll see what all I have in there. So by Thursday, go check me out. Thursday, and I mean, what Thursday is? Thursday is April the 30th that I should have it out. Just go check it out and see, and make sure you go pre-order one. You can go pre-order one from currentlybuildinggenerationalwealth.com. Again, that is currentlybuildinggenerationalwealth.com, where you can pre-order the toolboxes. I'm super excited about those. So go on over there, support a small business owner like myself. Know that, you guys, like, I'm super excited about this podcast series. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about next week, so I'm not even going to I may really and truly talk about budgeting next week if the Lord allows me to talk about that. If He want me to talk about it, I will. If not, I will talk about whatever He wants me to talk about. So, but nonetheless, y'all know that I love y'all. Pray that y'all are having a good day. Pray for the bereaved families, you guys. Continue to pray for your own families. If y'all need any type of prayer requests, send them on in. Make sure that we are all trying to get a little bit closer to God, because it seems like He is on His way back, and on His way back with a vengeance. Okay, so making sure you pray a little harder, get your whole self together, which I'm talking to myself right now. Get yourself together, Danielle. Make sure you're good. But, really and truly just acknowledging Him, being grateful, and just living life as best as you can, and loving on the people who you can while you can. And I mean that. Love on the people who you can while you can. Because they here today. They here in a minute. Gone in 30 minutes. Okay? Like, it's just love on y'all. So that's why I keep telling y'all. That's why I keep saying, like, yo, I love y'all. If you have not heard anybody tell you that in a while, know that I really and truly love you guys. I really and truly care about you guys. I don't know you because you never said anything, but I feel like I do. I feel like y'all know me. And shout out to Sherelle, girl, like, Lord Jesus, help me. I know I'm butchering your name. I'm sorry. I think it's Sherelle though. Let me see. Shout out to her, because I text her, and this is therapy juice. What is it? Girl, therapy juice bar. Podcast. I always get her name. Like, I try to rename her. I try to be like therapy juice or whatever. Like I try to just rename her podcast, but no, her podcast is therapy juice therapy juice bar, child. Jesus. Okay, I got it together. Go check her out. Therapy Juice Bar Podcast. I did do a podcast with her a couple of weeks ago, but me and her had texts and stuff like that the other day, and she had gave me some feedback on last week podcast. So shout out to her, y'all. Go check her out. Like, yo, she got some good stuff. She got some good content over there. Her graphics are fire. Like, yo, I'm just be like, yo, shout out to her and her graphics. Like, shout out to her and her content, y'all. Like, let's keep these listens. Let's keep these downloads in the family, because I know she been sharing my podcast, and I want to share with y'all her podcast as well. I'm going to add her in the section notes. I'm going to add her, and that way you can go and follow her on social media and stuff like that. I'm going to try to put her links down there too. I'm gonna put her Instagram name, so that way you can go follow her Instagram, and then you will be able to go to her links to her podcast and stuff like that. So y'all, let's keep these downloads, let's keep these listenings coming. I really and truly appreciate you guys. Love y'all so much. Thank y'all for listening to Southern Therapy Podcast. I am your host, I am your friend, I am your daughter, I am your sister, I am your cousin. Okay, I am Danielle, baby. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all, and I will see y'all on next week. Bye later. Holla. Enjoy your weekend, and again, love on the people who you can while you can. Bye, y'all.